All right, so looking at finding the midpoint, we have our formula here, but let's again look graphically. What do we mean when we say we want to find the midpoint? So I have 2 points. Here's one. Let's put the other one right there. I have 2 points. When we find the midpoint, we're actually finding the point that's directly in between these 2 points. So I don't know, I'm going to guess. Say it's about right there. So when we find the midpoint, we're finding the point that literally is in the middle of our original 2 points. Now, if you think of numbers, say I have 5 and 7. I want to know what number is in the middle of those. I have 5 and I have 7. Most of us know how to count, so I could just say, okay, the number 6 is dead smack in the middle of 5 and 7. Another way to figure that out is to find the average of these 2 numbers. So if I add them up and divide by 2, I get 12 over 2, which is 6, right? So what did we just do? We found the average. The average will give us what is in the middle. So if you look at the formula for midpoint, look what we're doing. We're adding the x values and dividing by 2. We're taking the average of the x values. Same thing for the y's. We're going to add the y values of our points and divide by 2. So finding the midpoint, we're just averaging the x values, averaging the y values, and that gives us our new point directly in the center, or in the middle. So let's say I have -3 and 7 for 1 point, and I have 5 and, I don't know, let's say 3. For another point. So these are my 2 original points, and I want to find the midpoint. I want to find the point that's directly in between these 2 points or coordinates. So again, I want to label, this is, I'll say x1, because remember our coordinate is x comma y. So I'll let -3 be x1, which means 7 is y1. And in my second point, I'll let 5 be x2 and 3 be y2. And now we'll just plug them in to find our midpoint. So I need to take x1 plus x2, so I'm just adding my x values. So I have -3 plus 5, that over 2, just following my formula, comma, we're going to do the same thing with the y values. So 7 is y1 plus y2 is 3. And we'll put that over 2 as well, just following the formula. And now we're going to simplify. So I'm going to add the numbers on the top. So -3 plus 5. I'm in the whole 3 and I add in 5. So that's going to give me a 2 over that original 2, comma. Same thing with my y values. 7 plus 3, that gives me 10 over 2. And last, we'll just simplify the fraction. You can't see that. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and there we go. 1 comma 5 is the point that's directly in between -3, 7 and 5, 3. In other words, 1, 5 is my midpoint. There we go. That's how we find the midpoint.